way of like... I don't feel like fucking around today. Let's fucking jump into this. Hi, everyone. Cookie Plays Games Live is here. And I'm going to do some of that Cookie Plays Games Live shit here in just a little bit. But first off, I have... trying to make sure my mic's actually working, because it would be a gigantic bummer if it literally isn't working at all. And that has never happened to me before. Alright, so anyway. How is everybody doing today? Purple Spire, Emperor of Arkham City, Darth Prime, Hunshot Last, Tesco, Falco, all up in here. I am not eating anything today. I am drinking something. It is time for my taste test. Now, I've seen a few of these different flavors lately, and I thought they were all just cool looks to the brand. But this is Coca-Cola Ultimate Limited Edition. I thought that this was just Coca-Cola with different, like, different looking logo and stuff. But apparently Chris tried it and said it does taste pretty different from a normal Coca-Cola. So I'm here to find out just what that tastes like. So we're going to try out Coca-Cola Ultimate, rate it between 0 and 100, and see what happens. The other problem is I did drop this on the ground about 10 minutes ago. So hopefully the fizz is under control now, because if it's not, it's going to blow up in my face, and I'm going to be really upset. Get that finesse. Finesse, 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 finesse. All right, all right. Okay, I think we're good. It does not appear that it's going to explode. Oh. All right. Bottoms up. That is a little different. It's extremely subtle difference, and I'm not a huge fan of it. It basically just tastes like Coke, but there is a little difference, I can tell. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. I mean, I like Coke. It's kind of, I mean, it's just less good Coke, I guess. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a I don't know, a 48. It's pretty bad. I mean, it's less than good, or it's less than average, is what I would say. Like, I would not recommend this. I would just, if you want Coke, just get Coke. They had a couple others that I think were like called Coca-Cola Move and Coca-Cola Excite and stuff. Those were definitely better. That one, I don't know what the flavor is, but I don't like it. Chris said it's maybe like peach or something. He might be right. It kind of has a little bit of peach going on. It's not very good. It's a 48 for me. I'm probably not even going to finish that. For one, it's Coke, and it's terrible for me. But also, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. Get ready for diabetes. It's funny you bring up diabetes, because I got a blood test back today, and I don't have diabetes, but I do have some insulin issues, so it could be the beginning of eventually getting diabetes, so that's super great. I don't know that, so I shouldn't say I have diabetes. My doctor didn't say that, but both my parents had diabetes, and it kind of felt like... Shouldn't say that, because I don't know if I have diabetes or not, but, you know, I might. I might be on my way to having it. I don't have it right now. Cookie don't die. Well, I mean, my dad's had diabetes for like 40 years, and he's still alive, so I don't plan on dying. Pretty positive it's not so bad that I'm on the verge of death from diabetes. But, oh, hey, look, Discord finally said that I'm streaming. I don't have diabetes, Hunshot Last. Jesus. Calm yourselves. I just have insulin issues, which could be the beginning of potentially getting diabetes, but I guess we'll find out. But if I get it, it's not going to be for a little while, at least. So, yeah. If I'm just going by what my doctor said, he literally told me don't do anything different. I don't need to change my diet or anything. I just need to, like, they need to check it again in 3 months, and then if it's still bad, then we might need to start working on stuff. So For now, I don't have anything, but it's not exactly good news. But it's just interesting you brought up diabetes. Made me think of that. All right. Yeah, that Coke is just okay. All right, so as far as the stream itself, I downloaded a couple of things today, which should make this little shindig of ours a little more interesting, potentially, or less interesting. I don't know. Maybe today will be even worse than yesterday's was. So we're going to pick up where we left off. We were around Greece, so we're going to go around Greece again. And then we're going to take a look at Athens, Greece, because I didn't really look at Athens. I think I went over it, but I didn't really check it out very much. So this time we're actually going to, wait a second, was that Athens, Greece, or did you just take me somewhere else? Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, let me see here. I need to make sure it's one that's actually Athens, Greece, not Athens, Georgia. Or some other Athens. Oh my God. The little things, man. It's the little things. All right, Athens, Greece. No airports in Athens, Greece? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, where is this? Hudson? All right, that's in America, so obviously that's not what I'm looking for. Take me around. All right, let's just find an airport. Jesus Christ. They really don't make that very easy. All right, this is at least near Athens. So we'll set that as the departure. Now I need to figure out how to figure out the actual coordinates for the first place I want to take us. Now, you guys may or may not be familiar with this place, but I don't care. So we're going to go to Athens, Greece first. Hopefully I don't need to set anything to find Athens, Greece. It should literally be basically right there. So I'm not going to set that one. But I am going to set for our other destination, which will be the Amalfi Coast, where Positano, Italy is. Shouldn't be too far away. Shouldn't be very hard to find, you would fucking think. And as long as it even remotely looks good, it should actually be there. I actually downloaded a bunch of Italy landmarks for free, so that should be good enough. Let's see. Oh my God, I should not have said, oh my God, guys, calm yourselves. What is wrong with you, chat? You're all talking about how I have I should not have said a word to you guys. You guys are overreacting more than my anxiety is. What the fuck is all this? The glucose and insulin, type 1, type 2. I need a glucose monitor praying for me. For fuck's sake. God, you guys need to calm yourselves. Give me legitimate anxiety. I was taking this better than you are. Alright, 40.63206. Let's figure that out here. 40.63. Oh shit. 026. 14.4855. Shit. 51. All right. Oh, you don't have to know. We'll support you so you can get through this. I don't know. It's the worst logic ever because there's nothing there. Then obviously you want to experience the journey. I don't know. This flight will calm you down. I'm not. My God. I'm not the one who's freaking out. All right. So that's how I get to Positano from here. I didn't know Positano is that far away. Is it really? I thought Positano was down by Naples. Oh, maybe that is where Naples is. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. All right. And also, I downloaded a new aircraft which hopefully I can find easily enough. Aha! The Pelican! Now we're going to be flying in style. Halo style. Let's change the time of day, because I don't like flying at 1 a.m. Right in the middle of the day, I think. Let's do that. Although Positano looks pretty good at right around night-ish time. Not quite nighttime. So let's go with, like, I don't know, 4:30, 4:50? I don't know how long this flight's going to take. It's not that long. Okay, I see where Athens is. So we're actually relatively far from Athens. Okay, why don't I just start at this airport that's literally in, like, basically in Athens. Yeah, set that as the departure point. Okay, that makes more sense now. All right, we'll go with that. So where are we flying to today? First, we're going to fly to the Amalfi Coast in Italy, where Positano is, which is one of the, probably for me, it would be top 10 vacation spots in the world. Top 10 places I would love to hang out at. Cookie has diabetes. I don't have diabetes. The fuck is wrong with you guys? Alright. So I gotta see what flying the Pelican's gonna be like. Well, I think 7 to 8 p.m. will be completely dark by that point. I want like a sunset, but I don't want it completely... Oh boy. This is... this is pretty fucking strange. I don't know how this is gonna go. This Pelican, by the way, was 2 gigs to... What the fuck? Okay. Just straight up in the air then, huh? Oh boy. Oh god. Whoa. What the fuck? It just keeps going up. How long is it gonna do this? I want to go down. I can't stop going up. Alright, well that's just spinning me in circles. I'm just gonna go straight into space. No, stop going up. Guys, I don't know how to make it stop. I'm not even touching anything. I'm just gonna go straight into space. I'm not even touching anything, and the altitude just keeps going up. Who is flying this fucking plane? No, I want to fly the plane. Now AI's flying. Why is AI flying so fucking high? I can't. Okay, this is stupid. Alright, well, right now the AI's flying. Now I'm flying. Now, can I please... Okay, so that's how I go forward. How do I go down? I'm at 16,000 feet. I want to see Athens. Oh, my God. The Pelican just goes up. It just goes straight to space. This is boring. No one wants to see space. I mean, space would be kind of cool, but I don't want to see space. I can't make this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Doesn't the Pelican go into orbit, then fly in space, then lower back to the destination? Lame. Well, that was a waste then. I don't want to fucking do that. We're starting this over then. That sucks, though. I gotta fucking put all that shit back in again. Mjolnir theme to play on loop. So we're just gonna chill in space if I do that. First person in this thing. Looks like this. I guess that's kind of cool. I don't know. It doesn't look that detailed or interesting, or it's relatively generic. This is too high. Alright. This is not what I wanted. I didn't know the Pelican just goes straight into space. I want to see things on Earth, not in space. Their space probably looks like shit anyway. Alright, well that Pelican was definitely not what I wanted. What kind of plane should I fly? Preferably one that's... See, this way chat could actually fit into the cabin if I fly whatever this is. Alright. The same departure. The Parthenon. I definitely want to see Athens. So if I type in Positano, do I actually find anything useful, or is it going to be stupid? Can you, like, search it? Okay, it literally does nothing. God, their fucking search system's pretty fucking stupid. Alright, well, where would Positano... Yeah, Positano should be over here by Naples and the Amalfi Coast. Somewhere in this general region, which is where Mount Vesuvius is. I do want to see Mount Vesuvius, too. Alright, but I'm not sure exactly where it is. Some interesting fucking places. Alright, I gotta put in those fucking things again. It's $700 for the sun. I mean, I don't understand the stuff that you'd have to pay for. Like, why? I don't know why anybody would. I mean, you still get most of the stuff in the world without paying for that stuff. It was like when we were in Pittsburgh the other day, the only part of Pittsburgh that looked shitty were those bridges. You have to pay for the bridges. Like, who would pay for just the fucking bridges? It's stupid. Okay, so this is Positano. Positively. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, because it's pretty close to Naples, but not quite at Naples. All right. All right, let's see if we can fucking fly this time. Have to pay for constellations. This flight shouldn't be nearly as long, I hope. Although I am flying a plane that's probably really, really slow. Or a lot slower. So I don't know how this is actually going to go. Alright. Release the parking brake. Did it. I have no idea how fast this thing is or how slow it is. I'm sure it's not crazy fast. And we're up, up, and away. Okay. Raise the landing gear. All right. Oh, I already made mistakes. Make a very general turn here. General turn. Because Athens, I think, is on the other side of this, this mountain over here. Oh, boy. At least I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Athens is, like, right there. I think. It's Sparta. It's not Sparta. It's Sparta. I went today to get my hair darkened as I was there last time. They didn't do it properly. I'm sorry to hear that. This thing is not letting me really do a lot with it. It's not a very easy drive. So if I go much faster, my plane might explode. Interesting. So I need to consider slowing down a little bit. This could be a very interesting flight if I can't go even close to as fast as I was anticipating going. Blow it up. Alright. I want to see the Acropolis. The Acropolis should be there. The Acropolis looks amazing at night. So actually, I know what I should do. Whoa. Okay, well that got dark fast. Wow. That's beautiful. Alright, let me take over. Wow. But I don't see the Acropolis. I see a soccer field. I see a couple soccer fields. The Acropolis should be pretty easy to see. It's literally a giant hilltop in the middle of Athens. Oh god, I'm sideways. Oh no. Unless that's the hilltop, and I don't think that is. I saw it was part of the DLC, but I don't think the Acropolis is. I mean, you could be right. The Acropolis might be part of it, too. Still is kind of cool. Heraclio. I don't know. I feel like I would have been able to see the Acropolis by now. Because I think it stands out pretty clearly. It's literally a hilltop in the middle of the city. It's pretty epic, honestly. Not the necropolis, the Acropolis. Wow, they don't even have the Acropolis? That's sad. See, I thought the Acropolis wasn't part of the DLC. I thought that was just like all the individual buildings and stuff like that. Well, I guess I was wrong. Alright. Well, it's daytime again. That's what I'm looking for. 6:15. Solid. Now I should definitely be able to tell whether they got rid of it or not. Wow, so it doesn't even show the Acropolis at all. That's really disappointing. I figured it would show to some degree, but no. Doesn't show to any degree. How sad. Alright. I'm taking over. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Although, to be honest, if we go at 220, if the AI takes us at that speed, it's actually not that bad. Really good steak point's called the Acropolis. It's not exactly what I was talking about, but, you know. Okay, we're starting to go too fast. Slow her down a little bit. This could be a longer flight than I thought. I have some concerns now, because this plane's pretty fucking slow. But we'll make it. We're gonna be all right. It's gonna be great. Also flying straight into the sun, which was not entirely my intentions either. I can't buy the truck simulator. Well, I mean I could, but it costs money. How much money do you think I have? If you guys want me to start buying games, then you're gonna have me start begging for money all the time, and I don't want to do that. I try to avoid begging for money. The sun is starting to hurt my eyes. I don't like flying straight into the fucking sun. I could get rid of the sun. Cookie is not rich. Cookie works a very easy job so that he can have time to stream. It's kind of true. And also I'm lazy. Combination of those two things is why Cookie has the job that Cookie has. I still do get a kick out of just seeing the scenery and shit, even though there's not much to see here. It's all just like hills and stuff. Still pretty cool to me. Stefani. Like, I still think the ultimate thing would be to, like, just get to drive around. And it doesn't sound like Truck Simulator even entirely does that, so that's the disappointing part. Why does the Acropolis sound kinky to you? Hey, look, a mine. Is that like a salt mine? I don't even know what that is, but it's red. People died there. Oh boy, our altitude's dropping rapidly. My bee, my bee. There's a few places I wanted to go to today. I guess we'll find out exactly if I'm able to do that or not. Because I wanted to go by the Amalfi Coast where Positano is, but there's also a lot of places near there. Naples is near there, Mount Vesuvius. We technically saw Naples yesterday, but I kind of wanted to get a more detailed look at Naples. But also Pompeii and Mount Vesuvius are there. I love Pompeii. I think Pompeii is fascinating to me because I'm sick in the head. All right, now I'm going too slow, so I got to speed this thing up. Got to keep that airspeed in between, like, 160 and like 250 knots. Hello, Muhammad Ali. How has your day been? My day has been pretty shit. Well, I've had worse, but it hasn't been a good day. Look at all those windmills. Portland, Oregon should make that trip a little less horrible and try their food. I don't know why I would be in Portland, Oregon. No, I'm not watching the Gold Cup today. I don't even think the U.S.'s like main squad is playing in the Gold Cup, are they? So, I mean, it gives me even less reason to watch it. It's not even the normal Gold Cup team. This is still pretty cool. Yeah, sucks to hear. It does. But, you know, I'm just being overly dramatic today, to be honest. Because I was waiting for those blood results because I wanted to see if I needed to change my exercise or diet, and he basically told me don't change either. Well, I mean, I don't need to do something about either one, so I'm going to try to be healthy, obviously. So I was going to do some exercise today. Oh, I almost fucking wrecked my plane. Jesus Christ, I got too excited. What was I talking about? So I went out to take a walk, and it was smoky outside. And I'm like, oh shit. Guess I shouldn't work out today because I might die from the smoke in my lungs. So that bummed me out, to be honest. I was actually looking forward to finally working out again. I'd barely done it for so long. You gotta support. I mean, not really. I mean, I can watch him, I guess, but I'm streaming. Like, you want me to leave? Are you already tired of me? You're trying to get rid of me and make me go do something else? I see how this is. Walking is working out. It is when you don't do anything. Walking is like the beginnings of working out, to be honest. It's where I'm trying to start. I eventually plan on jogging and running. Today I wasn't going to do any jogging and running. Usually I do some with my walk, but I was just going to keep it a walk since I haven't done it in about a week or two. So I need to get some movement, get some blood pumping, but it didn't really happen today. I did do some working out. I did my ab workouts and my back workouts that I was given by the physical therapy, but that's about it. Do a walking stream and then jogging streams. I don't think I have I don't have internet good enough outside of my house to do a walking stream. Now, if I went into town, I might have internet good enough, but I'm not sure I'd have internet good enough there either. So walking streams are really not much of an option. With Bowen and Swanee, that would be awesome. Hey, you guys can dream. Hey, dreams are great. I'm a big fan of having dreams. As long as you know they're dreams and they're not real. I don't even know if I can do it, let alone Swanee and Bohan doing it too. It's very, very unlikely. No, 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 no. I didn't watch Secret Invasion. Or at least the second episode. I still haven't seen it. Alright. So the coast is over there. There's some random little towns spotted throughout this area. The whole world looks very different from the air. Technically, it was yesterday. I think Secret Invasion, actually, the episode came out yesterday. Behind the scenes of Mando Season 3 came out today. Did it show anything interesting? Like, anything that would be like, oh, no wonder the season wasn't as good. Like they show Pedro Pascal saying, I hate this fucking job. I hate doing this. Why, that would be some serious behind the scenes. I don't think they're going to go that far. Alright, let's make sure I don't run into the side of this mountain. This is a pretty high mountain here. Where's Mount Olympus at? I know it's close to Athens. It's not this, is it? This isn't that. I'm not even sure this is a mountain. It's pretty tall, though. This might be a mountain. I don't know. Elden Ring in free time. So, I mean, does it annoy you dying a ton in Elden Ring or in games in general? Because obviously, as you guys saw with me and Jedi Survivor, it really takes a lot out of me to die that many times in a video game. Like, it's killer for me. Does anybody else experience it even close to the way I do? Literally mention, Han, you fucking idiots, it sucks ass. You're not allowed to like shit. It's not that far from what Han did. I just said it sucks. It's kind of true. You're both kind of right there. I mean, you don't have to point it out every time that Mandalorian gets brought up. We all know you hate Han. You hate Mando, Han. It's a little repetitive at this point. I looked miserable in the VO booth. Ring, no. As someone who beat Elden Ring, no. So you don't know why I got as upset as I did? Or you do understand? I forget what question I actually asked. Elden Ring is a masterpiece. Finally, something Han and Waffle can agree on. You both love Elden Ring. I'm glad to see some common ground here. I see. I mean, it just fucks me up. Like, I really have it is a mental workout. Or worse, to do something like that. I mean, I have respect for Elden Ring, but I just can't die all the time. It drives me insane. I just can't stand the constant death. Makes me want to kill, like, farm animals. Well, specifically farm animals, but yes, farm animals have to die. Maybe. There's probably something like psychological there, why it bothers me as much as it does. Oh, it's an interesting looking formation there. I love these little valleys. Like, I think I'd like to live in a valley like this, but I guess flooding would be terrible. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't want to live in a valley like that. Because, I mean, you're basically just a bowl waiting to be filled up and die. So maybe that wouldn't be a great idea, but it kind of looks cool to me at the same time, though. So should I reveal 90 to 81 in my top 100 movies now? I don't know who all is here entirely, or the ones that really want to know. But some of you guys really care, and some of you guys really don't care that much. So I'm kind of more or less trying to make sure. I know Han cares. No, Emperor cares. I know Deadlight kind of cares. I don't know if Deadlight's here or not. He was earlier. I know Lang cares, but he's not going to be here for it. Do it. Do it. Do it! Alright, well, it's only 90 to 81 anyway. I gotta try to make sure I don't wreck this fucking plane, though, while I'm doing this. Alright. Oh god, we're going down. We're going down. Okay, so, coming in at number 90, not entirely sure when this movie came out. I know it was in the 2000s. This is the only movie from this franchise that made my top 100, even though in general I think it's a pretty good franchise. I just never really loved any of the movies from it. But this one I really, really liked. It's not as good as I thought it was the first time I saw it, but I still really like it. And it's the best of the Harry Potters, and this movie is called Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. There's just something a little bit different about this movie as opposed to the rest of the Harry Potters. It's the introduction of Gary Oldman, which helps, as Sirius Black. It's the introduction of a couple other interesting characters in this movie. It deals with time travel a little bit, which honestly, I kind of liked how they did it in this movie. But, you know, Harry Potter in general I think is a good franchise, and I enjoyed it. But I wouldn't say any of the movies individually are, like, really good except Prisoner of Azkaban. Are these rankings in order or just the top 100 you thought of to be ranked later? No, they're in order. They are in order. I would say I worked very hard to make sure they're in order. The plot holes aren't the writer's fault. I mean, I'm sure that there's probably plot holes in most movies, but I didn't feel like there was anything significant enough that it, like, drove me nuts or anything. Also, and I know you guys are gonna just say because I like crush on Emma Watson, but not at this point. But like, I like that Hermione had a bigger part in this movie because Hermione is my favorite character in the Harry Potter universe. Other than her and Harry, I mean, like out of the three, like Ron I think is a dumb character, and I like her and Harry a lot. And Hermione had a much bigger part in this, and her character kind of started to actually matter a little bit more than she did in the first two. So. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban came at number 90 for me. Enjoyable film, and it was a lot darker. It had a much darker feel to it. So from that one, Cookie has a crush on teenage Emma Watson. Well, I mean, how old was I when Prisoner of Azkaban? I mean, I was a teenager at the time. I was okay then. I don't have a crush on her, that teenage Emma Watson now. Anyway, the point is, at number 89, this was a movie, honestly, I'm surprised that I like as much as I do. This came out sometime in the 2010s. It was a sports movie, but not really at the same time. The movie was called Moneyball. It starred Brad Pitt, starred Jonah Hill, Philip Seymour Hoffman. It was about the baseball team called the Oakland A's and their general manager, Billy Beane, who had basically no money to make a decent team and had to find a weird way to do it. This movie is weird because for a sports movie, it has very, very little sports in it. It's mostly just like the trades and the GM, basically the business behind the sports itself. But it's incredibly well written. It's incredibly well acted. Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill do a really good job, especially Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is fantastic, and Philip Seymour Hoffman doesn't play a very big role, but he's so fucking good. And Philip Seymour Hoffman is almost just amazing at anything he's ever done as an actor. I loved him as an actor. He plays this part really well, even though it's not that big of a part. Was it written by Aaron Sorkin? That makes sense. I'm a big fan of Aaron Sorkin's writing. I didn't know that was a Sorkin film. But yeah, I really like Moneyball. I keep going back and watching those scenes again because just the way that Billy Beane, Brad Pitt's character, thinks is really, really interesting to me. Like, he just had a different viewpoint, and he kind of changed the game for how GMs and stuff we're supposed to think. I don't know how accurate that is to real life, but I do know who Billy Bean was in real life, at least. I was going to say, I can't even see where we're going now. 390 is what it says. Okay. Probably need to get the altitude up because I see mountains coming up, and I'm not entirely sure we're going to clear them. First time doing a more serious role since all he's done are comedies. Maybe. I don't know if he did Wolf of Wall Street yet or not. He might have done Wolf of Wall Street before this. It was around the same time as Moneyball, but it was one of his first serious roles. Because there was something before Wolf of Wall Street. Maybe it was Moneyball. But yeah, he started to do more serious stuff. Although Wolf of Wall Street's kind of comedic too. Okay, so from something relatively serious to something very not serious is my number 88. Number 88 is probably the least serious movie that I have in the entire top 100 because it's a full-on spoof movie. Spoof movies have a couple big problems. For one, they're supposed to be extremely dumb, and this is a very, very dumb movie. But also, they don't age well. And this didn't necessarily age well either because usually spoof movies focus on the jokes of the time. And like 20 years later, those jokes aren't that funny anymore. So this does have some of that going on. But I still find this movie absolutely fucking hilarious. It spoofs the movies like Signs. It spoofs The Ring. It spoofs a bunch of random horror movies and just some other random movies. It's Scary Movie 3. I think this is by far the best of the scary movies. Has Charlie Sheen in it, Anna Faris, Anthony Anderson, Kevin Hart's in this movie. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I laugh all the time at Scary Movie 3. It just has dumbass gag after dumbass gag after dumbass gag. I'm not going to say it's like an incredible movie, and if someone watching it like this is dumb as shit, totally understand, but it's so funny. It's so stupidly funny. I love it, and it harps on so many, like, making fun of Signs in The Ring. It's done so well in this. It's hilarious. You just hate me because I'm black. It makes fun of 8 Mile, too. It has a classic scene where he puts his hood up during the rap battle and he looks like a KKK member. And all that obviously goes less than ideal. Anyway, it's a hilariously stupid movie. It used to be a lot higher, but it's like nonstop, too. It never stops with the gags. The gags go on throughout the entire film, and it's so fucking funny. This is pretty, by the way. Why does my thing keep saying landing gear? I'm not landing here, you fuck. Does anybody else know why it just keeps telling me landing gear over and over? Maybe it's because I stalled out my engine. Oh god, I probably did. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Yeah, but the scary movies in general are pretty funny, but I thought Scary Movie 3 was the best one by far for me. From one comedy to another. At number 87, this is not nearly as much of a spoof comedy, but it is an Adam Sandler comedy. Now, I'm not a big fan of Adam Sandler comedies, especially most of them, because most of them are trash, but I used to really, really like Adam Sandler comedies, but a lot of them have dropped off. But this one, my landing gear bay is open. What does that mean? How did it get open? Oh, that's weird. No, definitely not Jack and Jill. Adam Sandler's had a lot of stinkers, but some of his original ones were really, really good, and this one kind of lasted throughout the years for me. And it's a romantic comedy, and the romance in this one is actually really good. It's almost it might be even better than the comedy itself, is the romantic love story that comes out of it. It's not 50 First Dates, but you got the right actress. It's The Wedding Singer, and number 87, The Wedding Singer. It's a really funny movie, but it actually has a pretty good, I mean, I wouldn't say a good plot to it, but an enjoyable watch. And it's got a hell of a soundtrack, too. It's actually got a really, really good soundtrack. Drew Barrymore as the love interest. Christine Taylor's in that movie. And the ending to it it's a heartfelt, it's a little sappy, but I do like the ending to it a lot. I like how they complete the love story romance in it. And it's really funny. It has a lot of really, really funny moments. So I do enjoy a romantic comedy. You'll see that in here a couple times. I'm a little bit of a softie and a dork at that. And The Wedding Singer is a pretty solid one, to be honest. For transport react to that film as someone who's never heard of it myself, it was certainly something to watch. I've never seen Jack and Jill. Sandler had some real stinkers eventually, but in the late 90s, Sandler was hitting on some pretty good movies, and The Wedding Singer, in my opinion, was the best of those that he came up with. At number 86, this is a movie that I feel like gets kind of a bad rap. I feel like when it came out, a lot of people liked this film, but then over time, everybody seemed to dislike it. It's a Guy Ritchie film. Guy Ritchie directed it. And it came out, what year was this? I think it was 2009. The main actor in this film was on a tear. He was just tearing through at this point in his career. Like you're going to see two of the other films from the same actor from around the same period where he was just blowing up. And he got this role, and I thought he killed it. I thought he was outstanding. It's an absolutely extremely iconic character, one of the most iconic characters of all time, and done in a bit of a weird way. But I really enjoyed it, and I think the reason a lot of people didn't is because he is such an iconic character, and they might not have been a big fan of how he depicted it, but I still really liked it. I'm talking about Robert Downey Jr., and I'm talking about Sherlock Holmes. It came out in 2009, number 86 on my list. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. I thought Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law played Watson. I thought they had an outstanding chemistry between the two of them. Rachel McAdams is in this, and she's hot as fuck. There was a lot to like about it, and actually the entire plot of it I thought was really good. They did make a sequel, actually, and I didn't hate the sequel. It wasn't as good as the original. It's called A Game of Shadows, but it was actually pretty good. Or better than it got. It got really bad reviews, and I don't know why. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's more of a sexed up Sherlock Holmes, and he fights and stuff, but they made it make sense. I like how he fights in a way. Oh, they should make a sequel to Tropic Thunder. I see what you're saying. I don't see that happening. But I think Sherlock Holmes is a really good film. It's a lot of fun to watch, and I think it actually makes sense for the most part, as much as you might expect that kind of movie to make sense. I thought the plot was actually pretty good, and they explain pretty much everything that the bad guy does throughout the film and figure out why he did it. Number 85, this is a Stephen King book made into a movie. But it's one of his tamer ones. It's not a Stephen King horror thing. I don't have Stephen King horror stuff on here, but I am a big fan of Stephen King as a writer. I think he's a brilliant writer, brilliant mind, but he scares the fuck out of me most of the time. This is not a scary movie. This is his calm stuff. It's surprisingly that it's honestly as good as it is to me, because the plot doesn't sound that interesting. But it's got an epic soundtrack. It's a very coming-of-age film. It's one of the ultimate coming-of-age films, I think, 'cause it's got a bunch of kids that are going to try to find a dead body out in the woods or whatever. It's called Stand By Me, Deadlight's Right. Came out in the 80s, I think. You get to see a performance by Joaquin Phoenix's brother, River Phoenix, who unfortunately died very early in his life, but he was an incredible actor. As a kid, he's like, I don't know how old he is in this movie, maybe like 12 or 13, but he does an incredible job and acting in this movie, and it's very adult for a kid movie. It deals with adult themes. It deals with a lot of like tragedy. There's death involved in it. It talks about, talks about stuff with war, but at the end of the day, they're just a bunch of kids hanging out together. It's a really, really well told story. And it's just and I always, every time I watch it, I always think like, boy, it's such a shame we never got to see River Phoenix grow into the amazing actor he would have been, especially seeing what his brother's done. But also, I think River Phoenix, wasn't he in the Last Crusade? I believe he's young Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade too, at the very beginning. So yeah, Stand By Me, great film. It's a fun, it's an enjoyable watch and a very nostalgic coming of age kind of film. And Stephen King, I love when he doesn't do horror. Honestly, he's got amazing horror too, but he does a really, really good job telling normal-ish stories, which I'll get into that later on in this list too. Coming in at number 84, this is from another franchise that I only picked one film out of that franchise. It was based on an extremely famous book series that I obviously never read because I don't read books almost ever. Wonder Woman 84. The leech is seen in Something Under a House. I think I know what you're talking about, Waffle, because I think the Something Under the House was his bunch of pennies he was trying to find. What was I talking about? Oh, so this movie also has Philip Seymour Hoffman in it. It has Jennifer Lawrence in it. It has Josh Hutcherson in it. It has Woody Harrelson in it. This is The Hunger Games Catching Fire. Comes in number 84. I really enjoyed the first Hunger Games movie. I thought it was actually really good, really dark, and yet still a lot of fun to watch. I never read the books, so I don't know how accurate it was to the books or whatever, but I really enjoyed it. And then Catching Fire, I think, kind of took it to the next level. Catching Fire was a really, really good movie. A lot of intrigue, a lot of surprises, but in general, it made sense. And the games itself were really entertaining. And it just, the way that the whole thing has been put together, and Catching Fire is really where you really start to see the Hunger Games ramping up a lot. And then, you know, the movies after that were pretty disappointing. But after Catching Fire, like, you are pumped and pumped and pumped to see the rest of the Hunger Games. Unfortunately, the movies don't really keep that going. But Catching Fire is as high as it got, and that's yeah, and that's as high as it got. I don't know if Charlie was... I think Charlie was in Mockingjay Part 1. And we're talking about Moist Critical. I think he was in Mockingjay Part 1. These were pretty close. Just had to cut stuff for time. Yeah, but I really enjoy Catching Fire. Jennifer Lawrence, I'm a big Jennifer Lawrence fan. I think she's a really good actress in general. She's going to come up in here a few times, but she does a really good job as Katniss. And I really enjoyed the love triangle that they played around with in this movie specifically with Josh Hutcherson and Liam Hemsworth's characters. I think they actually did a pretty good job of making it actually be hard to predict where that was going to go. And dealing with, like, it's just, there's a lot of tension in this movie. It was a really, really good movie. Number 83. The first time that the MCU shows up in my top 100 is at number 83. It will not be the last time. This is a movie, when I first saw it, I didn't really like it. I was like, boy, that was fucking strange. Because it got really, really good reviews, and I'm like, I'm not feeling this movie. I didn't think it was that funny, and it was supposed to be really funny. I'm like, this didn't work for me, but I'm glad other people liked it. But over time, as I went back to it, I'm like, okay, I see what they like so much about this film. I think maybe it just took me longer to get the understanding of the characters because I didn't know these characters that well, or at all, to be honest. I thought this was a huge reach for the MCU. But when the MCU kind of pulled off this movie, I kind of figured, boy, I wonder... is there anything the MCU can't do? Which eventually I did find out. But yes, the first Guardians of the Galaxy that came out in 2014 is number 83 for me. I really enjoy this movie now. I did not enjoy it when I first saw it. It was just... But now looking back, and maybe it's because the Guardians characters got even more good over time, so that they just kind of kept growing and growing for me. Maybe that's why I enjoyed this film so much more now than I did when I first saw it. But Guardians of the Galaxy is just really, really good. It's got great action. It's got great gags. It's a very funny movie. There's a lot of personality in this movie. And there are some issues. I'm not a big fan of the villain. Ronan, I think, is just an okay villain. But they actually managed to make it very interesting, make a lot of sense, and give it a lot of heart. I really, really like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot. I'm watching the first Guardians film on a drive-in theater. I fell asleep. Waffle, you fall asleep during a lot of movies. I don't think you like movies very much. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy for a lot of people is the best movie in the MCU. So, I mean, I don't go that far. I really like it. I mean, it makes my top 100. I definitely really liked it. But yeah, I think they casted it perfectly. Dave Bautista is a fantastic Drax. There's just no other way around it. He's perfect for Drax. Bradley Cooper as the voice of Rocket is outstanding and doesn't get enough credit for it. Chris Pratt really turned out working perfectly for Star-Lord, which I would never have predicted, and I don't think anybody else would have predicted either at the time. So really, really impressive, and I really, really enjoyed that movie. So 83 for me, and the first of the MCU movies, like I said, not going to be the last. Number 82. This one is very, very famous film. One of the most famous films in the history of existence. If someone said, like, top 5 most famous films of all time, this would probably be in that. But obviously I don't have it insanely high, so I probably don't like it as much as a lot of people do. It's a romantic movie, and it's a disaster movie. So that obviously makes this pretty easy. It's Titanic, which is timely after what happened this week. So, yeah, it's Titanic. Came out in 1997. This movie is a weird one for me because there's certain things about it that are unbelievably good. Certain things about it that I'm not a big fan of. And then there's certain things about it that I am a big fan of, but I don't necessarily love to watch it at the same time. First off, the acting performances in this, really, really good. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio never... Does he ever miss? I think he's good in pretty much everything he's ever done. And the love story between him and Kate Winslet, pretty solid. Very steamy, legitly. A little steamier than I like my romances, if I'm being honest, but, you know, is what it is. Get to see Kate Winslet naked, I guess. That's cool. But anyway, the point is, as far as, like, the first, like, 2 hours of the film, I think, is mainly on that romance. And they do a good enough job of keeping it interesting enough that you're not bored. But then when the tension really builds, when the Titanic is actually about to sink, oh my God. That's where this film really takes off. Like, that tension and the realisticness of that disaster. I don't even know, technically, how realistic it is, but they make it feel horrifying. I mean, that disaster sequence might be the best disaster sequence in the history of film. Like, watching that boat sink slowly over like an hour and a half of screen time is just horrific. I mean, like, I respect it more than almost any sequence I've seen in film. But to be honest with you, I don't necessarily love to watch it because it's just so fucking scary. It's like terrifying to me as a person. I've never even been on a ship, so I don't really care. So, I mean, it's just James Cameron, he gets his epicness. He knows what he's doing in the epic battle. It was really, really, really freaky. Yeah, I mean, like, people always talk about Jaws and what it did for fear of sharks. Like, Titanic, I think, is much worse for what it does of fear of the ocean in general. They make it absolutely horrifying. So, like, I mean, Titanic, I don't think gets enough credit for what a horror film it actually is. It's just so freaky how they do that last hour and a half, but it's so incredibly impressive. The acting, the set design, the effects are just amazing. So even though the first, like, couple hours is like, this is a pretty good romance, it's that last hour and a half that really shoots Titanic to a whole nother kind of movie. It's a horror film for guys, romantic movie for women. I mean, kinda. It's just terrifying, staunch in so much reality, but it gets a bad rap because everybody just focuses on the romance and like, oh, it's just a lame romance film. But it's a lot more. I think it's a good romance too, but man, it's the other stuff that takes Titanic up a notch for me and gets it on my list. The last one I got here is number 81, which is a movie. This is another Aaron Sorkin movie. Big fan of Aaron Sorkin's writing. This came out in 2000. I don't remember. It came out in the teens, 2010s. And it was, I remember when they said this movie was going to get made, I'm like, this is going to suck. Or this sounds like a stupid idea because this story's not old enough, because it's a story from the 2000s, so it's a very, like, new story. But it came out at a perfect time. It told a story that, again, I don't know entirely how much of it's true, but I could totally believe it's almost all true, and I don't even care how true it is. It's just such a good movie. Jesse Eisenberg's in it, Andrew Garfield, Justin Timberlake, who puts out a fantastic performance, the best he's ever done. This is The Social Network. This movie isn't the most fun watch in the world, but for, like, dialogue, it's an absolute, it's a powerhouse. It has incredible dialogue and outstanding acting. Eisenberg, you love to hate him in this movie. He does such a good job making himself like be the most pain in the ass kind of character. You're like, oh, I fucking hate this guy. Andrew Garfield is so good in this role too. You feel unbelievably bad for him. And Justin Timberlake, I think he kills this role as just being kind of a pain in the ass character too. So yeah, Social Network. Really, really big fan of that movie. It's got a lot of interesting, and it tells a very interesting story about my generation too. Because the 2000s, the whole social network craze and how it kind of went up and down. But it's more about, the characters of Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, his kind of thing. And David Fincher, a great director. I think I have other David Fincher movies on. Oh, I definitely do. I definitely have another David Fincher movie, at least one. So I'm a pretty big fan of. I like his directing style. I don't always love his movies because they're usually kind of depressing. But yeah, really, really good. Really good movie. So Social Network came in number 81 for me. So that's 90 to 81. I hope you guys are unbelievably impressed with what I've done so far. If you want a great Leonardo DiCaprio movie that no one talks about, it's Critters 3. Is that like a really young Leo? Because I did watch young Leo in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which was a horrendous movie, but he was amazing. The movie itself sucked. But it's wild because that's a movie with Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio in it. It's just wild. It's just wild. All right. I got to rest my voice. And talking about 10 films, man, that's pretty tough. All right. So as far as the flight itself, I believe we are finally out of Greece, which I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. I thought we would be pretty close to Positano by now. So I did not totally do this right. We're also still flying straight into the sun. I don't entirely love that because I can't really see anything. Imagine talking for 6 hours. I did that yesterday. Let's go with the next 10. Well, all right. I'm considering doing the next 10, but if we do it, I need to, take a break because my voice legitimately talking concurrently for that long. I don't know if I just got extra excited because I just love talking about movies. So, but it wore me out a little bit. So I need a minute. Well, don't do it. I have work soon. All right, Han shot last. I won't. Well, you have a lot of work coming up. You'll probably miss some of the countdown at some point. I like that one Hux quote. I don't care if Zuckerberg wins. I just need Elon Musk to lose. Oh, I see what you're saying. The heroes fly off into the sunset. Yeah, except this is the beginning of the movie. See, today I heard, I listened to Rhett and Link, Good Mythical Mornings podcast, Ear Biscuits, and they were talking about their top 10 favorite movies ever. And it really got me motivated to talk about my movies, because when I heard them talking about it, for one, I'm a monkey see, monkey do kind of person, so when I see something, I want to do it, or see or hear something. I always want to replicate it and do it myself. So I was kind of excited to talk about it today. Yeah, I love GMM. I mean, Rhett and Link are probably my favorite YouTubers. Well, they got to be up there. But I was kind of disappointed to find out I don't agree with most of their choices of films. I agree with some of them, but not most of them. Some of their reasonings I understood. Some of the movies I legitimately hate. There's a few of the movies they really like that I fucking can't stand. For me, when I watched them, I was like, that's it. I don't know what people said about them, but they're just enjoyable to watch. I just enjoy watching their stuff. They have 10 billion videos too. I have never watched King of Comedy. I remember you were talking about it the other day. Or probably yesterday. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whew! I don't know exactly why my airspeed suddenly went down, but it did. But we're good now. Gotta find a happy medium here. I'm going like to the 2 lines of stalling out the fucking thing. Is Joker on the list? Are we doing that now? I mean, we could do that again where you guys ask me questions about the list again. But Joker's not on the list. I will say this about Joker, which is one thing that I think is the reason it's not, is that actually made me so fucking depressed that I legitimately, I had a bit of a, like, I was depressed for the rest of the day. So I don't think it's a bad movie by any stretch, and Joaquin Phoenix is brilliant in it. I just find it's like, it's just so unbelievably depressing. It's just not like enjoyable for me. Like, I'll watch sad movies and not feel that shitty. It just was too, like, sadly, maybe it was too real for me. I don't know. It's just weird for a movie about the Joker to be too real, but that might be legitimately the issue. I wouldn't say it's the best film in the last 10 years, but you are allowed to think that way. I mean, we all have our different opinions. What would I say was the best film in the last 10 years, though? I gotta think of my countdown. Oh, I know what it would be. Never go. Is the girl with the dragon tattoo on the list either Fincher or the original? I never saw it. I think I saw a little bit of the girl with the dragon tattoo, and then I stopped watching it. I don't remember what I did. Waffle despises true cinema. I just wouldn't say, Waffle, that you're never gonna watch it. You never know what's gonna happen in life. Maybe it's gonna tickle your fancy one of these days and be like, you know what I want to see? The Joker. You never know what you'll be like in 10 years. Alright. I have not seen Mission Impossible Fallout. I actually plan on trying to watch the Mission Impossible movies in the next week or two, because I haven't seen almost any of them. I've seen like the original 3, but I don't even think I've seen all of the first 2. But I wanted to at least watch the newer ones like Ghost Protocol, Fallout, and Rogue Nation. I wanted to watch those 3 before the new one comes out and see if I actually want to see the new one or not. I do love Henry Cavill. Unless I get a super cool partner who really likes that, wants to watch Joker, then I will. See, that could easily be what happens. You just never know, Waffle. Never know what the world's gonna do. Alright, so I think we're getting pretty close to halfway. I don't remember how far away it was in nautical miles, but I think it was like, wasn't it like 500? So we're getting pretty close to halfway. It is weird that we are legitimately going straight into the sun, though. I don't love that. I don't love going straight. We could not be going more into the sun than we are. Straight into it. Even one date or slimmed it on, nevertheless, the relationship continuing. Waffle, this is going to sound strange coming from someone who legitimately might never have actually had a date, depending on what you consider a date. But the chances of you not having a date are slim to none. There are not many like me. There are not many that could pull off lifetime date virginity quite like I can. But yeah, I think that like you're more than likely going to get a date at some point. So stop with this over the top negativity. Your time will more than likely come. I won't say it definitely will because it didn't happen for me, so I can't say definitively, but especially if you believe a little bit more than you are, your chances are definitely more likely. Although I believe... Anyway, it's not about me. My altitude's starting to drop. You know what I like, though? The AI has not flown any of this. This has been me flying this entire time. Haven't I done a great job, guys? Aren't you proud of me? Cookie, thoughts on Robert Downey Jr. and Chaplin? I never saw it. I know he got nominated for an Oscar. It would take you many years to reach the sun at that speed. I'm not going... That's not what I meant. Fuck kind of attitude is why I'll never get a date. There are not many, and I am one of those few. Negative and realistic. There are not many. Do you mean like many what? Are you talking about trans people? Or are you saying like there are not many opportunities for you? What do you mean not many? I'm not negative, I'm realistic. Bullshit. You're negative. That's not realistic. No one will ever date me, so I'm going to give off negative vibes. It's kind of true there. Why not just pay a prostitute, Cookie? That way you'll lose virginity real quick. Well, for one, I don't have a lot of money. For two, where am I finding these prostitutes other than Vegas? And for three, I don't really think that's going to be a great experience for anybody. Like, I mean, I guess she's probably been through worse than what I'm going to do. So, I mean, it's not something I would never consider, but I hope I don't have to. No, you said there are not many people like you. Not many. There are not many, and I'm... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Why would you think you're one of those few? I'm not sure why I turned out to be one of those few. But I do have one prevailing theory, which is that I was way too needy and desperately needed a date way too much, and it ruined... I don't want to say it ruined my life. I hopefully have a lot of years left to live, but it ruined a lot of my life because I was too desperate for it. You know, I at least for a guy looking for a female, it's not a good idea to be desperate. There couldn't be anything worse. But in general, it's not healthy to be desperate. You shouldn't have your entire life depend on what somebody else thinks or wants out of you. So that would be the one advice I would definitely give you. Don't do that. But also being extremely negative about your chances. I've done that too. That's very, very unhelpful. I still have that problem. So don't do that. It's just you're kind of setting yourself up to have one of those, what do they call it? Like you're gonna want to blame it on your situation, but really it's just you that's literally creating the problem. So you're going self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what I'm looking for. Nobody said that, but that's kind of what you're doing here. Don't do that. Enjoy a Discord with nothing but movie people so I can fight them. Wait, what? I think what the issue is you were probably fine with not dating when you were younger, or didn't think about it, but now that you're older, you feel like you're falling behind. You're talking about me or talking about Waffle? 'Cause Waffle's not old. I am. Self-fulfilling prophecy, yes. You'll find someone one day, Cookie. Like I said, I'm trying to get okay with the idea of, you know, even if I don't find someone, I'll be okay. I'm trying to get okay with that. I'm getting there. Getting there. Cookie is an old man. Yes, practically on my deathbed. Especially according to you guys, I am on my deathbed. This Coke still doesn't taste that good. It's not that great. Gotta stop treating Cookie like he isn't gonna die soon. Oh, God. Cookie already found two of them, me and Bohum. But since he's homophobic, so he won't let me take him out to dinner then to Pound Town. Wait, you want to take me to Pound Town too? Well, at least I have some dudes that want to have sex with me. That's nice. making lots of, getting really going places here. Hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you the same response I gave Bohum, but I appreciate it. I think that's kind, I guess. Diabetes kills all the time. Han, I don't know if you're trying to be serious or just trying to be annoying, but it does not kill all the time. Both my parents have it, and they're fine. And I don't have diabetes yet. Yet. I wasn't joking when I said you're a handsome man. I like your personality. Deadlight. Getting me all nervous and blushing. It's getting out of hand. There are two of them. Not going to go nearly as far as Bohan does. Yeah. Well, I can't get with you until I get with Bohan, so sorry. I'll have to get with Bohan first. That's part of the rules. Just because it doesn't kill some doesn't mean it's not deadly. Han, what are you like trying to scare me, or are you trying to be full of shit? Because you're giving me full of shit vibes. Basically, diabetes, if it's not super severe, you just have to like take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself while you have diabetes, then yes, you're gonna die from it. I'm gonna chat you're dying soon, so I gotta shoot my shot. I don't know why chat keeps trying to make me dead. They want me dead. They're so excited. Like, Cookie, your time has come. Who the fuck is Wilford Brimley? I don't know who that is. So, do you guys want to hear 80 to 76? I could give you that. That way the first 25 are done at that point. He's the diabetes. Oh, that guy? Oh. I didn't know who the fuck that was. I'm trying to warn you, but don't worry. I'll happily write you. Warn me about what? You're basically saying, like, I have no chance either way, so. Is Bohan joining you to see you and McGregor? No, Bohan's not going to this con. I don't think Chris is either. He's an actor. He was the doctor in John Carpenter's The Thing. Most know him as the diabetes guy. Is that the doctor who stuck his arms inside the thing and he's like, clear! Ah! Is he that guy? That was a crazy scene. But I've been going after for 8+ hours of farming. Congratulations, Purple Spiral. Alright, so I'm guessing no one wants me to do 80 to 76, so I will refrain and stay where I'm at for now. This is the uneventful part of the journey. Although I gotta say, this is still kind of cool because you can see stuff in the distance at least. Do it, Cookie. Well, I got one person. You have to ask Ewan why he was okay with Kenobi. I am not going to ask him that. Like he would ever answer. If he would, he'd say, I was really excited to play Obi-Wan Kenobi again. I don't think he gave a fuck what the plot was. He was probably one to play as him again. Oh, he's the other one that went nuts and started to destroy the communication arrays so no one can leave. He was the one they put in solitary. Oh, okay. I have seen probably 90% of the thing, but I don't think I finished it. The thing was entertaining. It's not in my top 100, not that you asked, but why not? What are you saying? Oh, about the Kenobi thing. Yeah, like horror movies, I'm just not a big fan of horror movies in general. I think, like I said, there's a few movies that are more thrillers than horror movies that I have in my top 100. But not really horror. Horror just, like, I either find it too scary or just completely boring. Like, there's no in-between. There's not, like, a thing where I'm like, wow, this is really fun to watch. I just, like, I've seen Halloween. I think I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street, like the classics, at least in the 80s classics horror movies. I've seen Psycho. What's another classic horror movie? I think I saw Friday the 13th. But like Halloween, like I watched the whole thing and I didn't even find it scary. But I just I mean, Michael Myers looked creepy and all, but like it didn't do much for me anyway. Like horror movies just don't do a lot for me. They either don't scare me and then I get bored, or they do scare me and then I don't like them because they're scaring the shit out of me. So horror movies really don't stand much of a chance with me, to be honest. But no, I don't have any of John Carpenter's movies on my list. The only ones I can think that he's done are Halloween and The Thing. I don't know what else he's done. They Live, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, or his Elvis film he made with Kurt Russell. I definitely liked Kurt Russell a lot. Because I think all those movies have Kurt Russell in it, and so does The Thing. No, none of those are in there. I don't think I've even seen those movies before. Yeah, I haven't seen those three. But I saw The Thing and I saw Halloween. I like The Thing. The Thing's a pretty good movie, but still not one of my favorites. We shouldn't be over the water for super long. If I look at this real quick. Yeah, I don't think we have to stay over the water crazy long, but at least for a little while. Little while. Those Rot the Poison is annoying. Yeah, I hate that there's two of them. Please watch those movies, Cookie. They're absolute classics. I think I started Escape from New York, and I didn't like it at all. I think I do remember watching some of Escape from New York, but I didn't really like it, from what I remember. Just trying to remember why I watched Escape from New York. I don't know, Deadlight. Because from what I have seen of those movies, they don't really seem like movies I would like. Not from what I've seen, because they're really weird and odd and creepy. Strange movies. At least the scenes that I've seen from those movies. One year since Stranger Things 4. Yeah, I don't... Isn't, like, Stranger Things 5 going to be, like, delayed forever because of the writer's strike? Well, shitty sequel Escape from L.A. I think it was Escape from New York. I've never even heard of Escape from L.A. Like, Escape from New York had an interesting plot, but I didn't like what they were doing in the movie. Yeah, it's going to be really weird, because when Stranger Things 5 comes out, it's going to be a bunch of, like... How old are those kids going to be? They're all going to be, like, 26, 27? That's going to be fucking strange. Some of them are already, aren't they, like, 23, 24? No, I don't think they're scary. I just think they're weird, from what I saw. '30s, Jesus Christ. They're gonna be in their 30s and still in high school because they're dumb as fuck. I mean, I think, like, some of them are still somewhat young. But I think, like, Mike, I think, is, like, 24 right now. I think Lucas is, like, 23 or 24. Big time skip. I mean, they would have to. I don't know. Stranger Things is just... It's an interesting show. But, yeah, I don't know. I do know something that really pissed me off that I found out recently about Stranger Things. Well, it's not really about Stranger Things, but that song that became extremely famous, Running Up That Hill. I don't remember who the singer was, but it became super famous. Kate Bush became super famous because of Stranger Things. Kate Bush just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for that. Clearly because of one song. Not to mention, there's somebody who's, like, really, really famous as far as rock is concerned that keeps getting left out of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I can't remember who it was, but it's, like, atrocious that they're not in. And then they keep adding these random people that are, like, not even rock and roll artists. Yeah, they put rappers in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which makes sense if they did stuff with rock. Like, I could see Run DMC and stuff because they did like collabs and stuff with Aerosmith and rock bands. But like when they put certain artists in that didn't do anything with rock bands, like, why the fuck are they in here? Like, I could kind of see Jay-Z who did the stuff with Linkin Park, but even then, they still only did like a couple, like one album of it. But it's still rock, I guess. But It's a stretch. I don't know why they put other genres in the Hall of Fame for rock and roll. It's pretty fucking stupid. No, 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 no. People don't want to watch the movies I recommend. You do have an unusual taste in movies. I will be honest there, Deadlight. Song Bohan hates. Yeah, Bohan hates that song. They do play it at the fucking grocery store he works at all the time. Or he used to work at all the time. Master of Puppets in the show. Yeah, what's odd is that didn't, like... I don't think Master of Puppets exploded because it got played. But also, Running Up That Hill literally got played throughout the entirety of Stranger Things. Because she kept having to listen to it all the time. Oh no, my controller batteries are low. I know just what to do. Views have been pretty low, but to be honest, I don't know if I care anymore. But I say that a lot, and then I do care about the views again. I really need to decide whether I give a shit about this or not. It just depends on the day. Sometimes I care, and sometimes I just don't. But I still kind of enjoy doing this, and I just enjoy talking with chat, which is basically what these streams more or less are, is more or less a talking chat at this point. I know just what to do. You dive onto the ocean. That's not what I meant when I said that. Even though we argue a lot. Well, Han, you do tend to... You have a way of saying things that makes an argument come out. I think you know this, though. I think you kind of enjoy it. Sicko. But it is fun to talk. I enjoy talking and stuff. In general. And even though this is, like, kind of boring and stuff, I still kind of like the idea of taking these trips. Even though it ultimately, you know... I still enjoy it. Do you like Deathlock or even know why they are? Death Clock? I know Deathlock is a Marvel character. I don't know what Death Clock is. Don't intend for an argument, it just happens. Deathcock. Yeah, I love a good Deathcock. You know me, bro. Woo! Oh. After talking about not having viewers, I lost even more viewers. Fair enough. It is what it is. Yeah, Death Clock. Does anybody know who they are? I have no idea what Death Clock is. Animated heavy metal band from the show Metalocalypse on Adult Swim. Oh, Metalocalypse. I know that I've seen clips from that show before. Oh boy. Nothing can beat it is what it is. That's a wonderful mindset. Wait, whose mindset is wonderful? Nothing can beat it is what it is. It is what it is a depressing mindset, but it's often not a bad one. Yours? What did I say? I've kind of blacked out and forgot I was talking. I don't know what I just said. I know the band Foster the People. They sang Pumped Up Kicks. They also sang that other song, and I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, I know Foster the People. They're an alternative band. Oh, I said it is what it is? Yeah, it's a very true statement. Oh, I realized it was about a school shooter. Pumped Up Kicks. I heard the lyrics. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's like, as I remember, it just is really dark, but it's literally what it's about. It's just about kids with cool shoes. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, I'll run my bullets. I'll run my gun. Is legitimately a school shooter anthem. I came up with a really weird music video for that in my head, where it would be really, really dark because it would involve like a school shooting. But then there's these like idiot kids just vibing to the beat of the song in a really kind of weird, almost dystopian look, as in like kind of showing a social commentary on how people are ignoring the like school shooter while just listening to the nice beat of the song, which that's kind of how I ended up taking the song in general, was I took it as like a social commentary, even though I don't think that's actually what the Foster the People's plan was, but I kind of took it that way. Have you mofos ever had a school shooting? I have not, thank God. I've never even had one close to me before, which is nice. So I'm like, this is dark. Everyone thought it was a fun summer song. It's one a couple hours away from me. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I can't even think of one that's been relatively close to where I live or where I used to live. Do y'all listen to Frank Sinatra? His best is Under My Skin. I enjoy Frank Sinatra if I'm trying to just. He's for a very certain kind of mood. It kind of makes me feel like Christmas in New York when I hear Frank Sinatra sing. I think it's because of Elf, because that one song, I think The Way You Look Tonight, came on during Elf, during the date in Elf between Will Ferrell and Zooey Deschanel. I think that so every time I hear Frank Sinatra, I think of like going out with a girl in New York for Christmas. I feel classy and sip some brandy. Oh, You Make Me Feel So Young is actually the song. It wasn't The Way You Look Tonight. Good call. You make me feel so young. Yeah, that's the song from Elf. Good call. Spring is sprung. Just incredibly scary. Yeah. Cookie, do you know who Yui Bowl is? I have definitely heard that name, but I don't want to guess and be wrong. But I think I know who that is. Is he a ruler in Africa? Because if he's not, I'm going to feel racist. So I think, isn't he like a dictator or something in an African nation? Oh, God. I'm going to end up being wrong about this. I don't know. Just edit clips from the movie Rampage and put it to that song. What a great idea. Wow. Why is it saying I only have 3 viewers? He's a director who makes a shit ton of crappy video game movie adaptations and makes money via tax evasion tactics. You fucking racist. I thought he was. Damn it. Fuck. Oh, well, it was a guess. I didn't say he was. I just thought maybe he was. Hey, guys, we found land. Sorta. I wonder what island this is. Can't see what that is. We're getting closer. The Amalfi Coast isn't too far away now. Silly Cookie. Hi, Forced to Suffer. You just woke up, and you're here just in time. Pretty soon, we're going to arrive to the Amalfi Coast and see Positano, Italy, which better fucking look at least semi-close to what Positano, Italy looks like. Tax evasion, you say? Silly Cookie. Yeah, sometimes I guess I just turn racist. I'm sorry. I didn't intend this to happen. Yeah, I figured he was the guy who made those Oh, so he made Far Cry, but he didn't. So he's not like Resident Evil, those kind of really bad movies. I have not had it. I don't even remember what 7TV is. You know what? I'm gonna look up what 7TV is right now. because I can never remember what the fuck it is. Emote platform for all. Manage hundreds of emotes for your Twitch or YouTube channels with ease. With ease? Let's find out what this is. Yeah, I authorize it to take my social security number and upload a virus to my computer. All right, perfect. I have no emotes on my Twitch channel. All right. All right, well, I did it. And we'll see if I do anything else with it. Mask off with the racist comments. It wasn't very racist. It was a little racist. A mini racist comment. Ironically, the only movie he made that was legit good was called Rampage. It's about a man that snaps and goes on a shooting rampage in a small town. It's a legit intense fucking movie. I was thinking it was the movie with The Rock. Because that's based on a video game too, isn't it? Rampage? It's like based on a like an arcade game or something. I don't even remember what Rampage is. Whereas Rampage, I don't know it. No, you know what? Never mind. 7 TV. Can you see that, Cookie Man? What? I mean, I can see that you wrote 7 TV. Fucked up a really fun arcade game. God, I hate that movie. Oh, I'm sorry to bring up past trauma. Spring has sprung. Wonder what that thing in the water is. Maybe that's Atlantis. Well, then you didn't add it. God damn it. Well, it says I don't have any emotes, so I don't even know what that means. Alright, so there's a stable release and a nightly release. I don't know what that means. I'm too stupid. Reminds me of a dive bomb and find out. I've come very far on this trip. I'd rather not crash and die yet. So this would be an inopportune time to do it. Do. I really have Frank Sinatra stuck in my head now. I don't really mind it though. Make me feel so young. Rock should go back to WWE. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't. When was the last time he did a WWE event? Because it kind of feels like something The Rock would have done by now. It's just pop back into the WWE just to hang out for a little bit because he's The Rock and he can, you know, do that stuff. I'm old and gray, way that I feel today. All right, need to get the altitude down a little bit here. I really wish I could play music. I would play so much music for you guys right now. I'd love to play music, but I can't. I mean, I could play music. I would just, I can't keep this stream up. Like I would have to, you know, delete the recording or whatever. So, like, it wouldn't be up on Twitch if I did that. Do I know of a song called Brody Quest? No. Just have sex right on stage. Yeah, that would be a great idea. Rock could just fuck someone. Who should he have sex with on stage? John Cena? Oh, yeah. It'd just be like having sex with nothing, because you can't see John Cena. Can't see me. Uh-oh. What is it, Waffle? What's happened? Moana? Wait, are you talking about Moana the movie? Moana? The Rock was in that. Henry Cavill in the ass. What is happening? You guys took this a totally different direction than I was even going. And I thought I was getting a little weird. And you guys are like, no, 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 Cookie. We'll get even more weird. Oh, stream froze, but only for a second. Yeah, I hope the stream doesn't fucking shut down. We've come so far. In the end, it has to matter. I think we are going to get a pretty sexy Positano headset. Positano Sunset. Do you like Evanescence? I like some of their songs back in the day. Obviously, I love My Immortal. My Immortal is one of my favorite songs ever. I love My Immortal. Bring Me to Life just was overplayed. It's a great song. Going Under was a good song. Call Me When You're Sober was pretty good. I wasn't like a deep Evanescence fan, but I heard all their popular songs. All right, I'm at work. See you later. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Goodbye, Hanshot Last. Enjoy work, or the best you possibly can. Black Lighting Prison Grapes Superman. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Jesus. I love her voice and had a huge crush on her when I was a young lad. Understandable. She does have a beautiful voice. She still does random things, I think, from time to time, like random duets and stuff. I think she still does. Oh, so they actually... I didn't know Evanescence was still around, though. I thought she was just doing solo work. Oh, well, that's kind of cool to know they're still doing stuff. Yeah, I added 10 new songs today to add to my weekly cookboard. I will admit, songs have been kind of hard to come by. It's getting tougher and tougher to find decent music. Oh, wrong button. Down, motherfucker. If you know what that is. Oh, I know what Seether is. I'm not surprised Seether's still a thing, though. 'Cause I feel like I listened to Seether relatively often back in the day, so I'm not too surprised that they're still a thing. Do you listen to the song I sent? I don't remember you sending me a song, so no. I didn't. Optimus versus Sentinel Prime fight with Bring Me Back to Life on YouTube was peak days. What? Seether does have some good songs. I like my favorite song by Seether. Oddly enough, it's actually probably Careless Whisper. I really like their rendition of Careless Whisper because it sounds so epic as shit. It sounds so different than the original, and yet it still keeps the same. I really like that. I know it's kind of dumb to say that my favorite Seether song is a fucking Wham cover, but it's so good. And the guitar part instead of the saxophone. I fucking loved it. I think I remember you putting it in Discord, but I also remember forgetting about it. Song of theirs I heard was when they worked with Evanescence. Broken is a great song. That's Amy Lee and Seether together. I have heard that song. I have that song as well. I have a decent amount of Seether songs, I think. Probably about 8 or 9, I want to say. Seether's it's a solid band. Most major rock bands of the 2000s, I'm going to have some of their songs. All right, so I have Broken with Amy Lee. I have Careless Whisper, Words as Weapons, which is really depressing. I have Save Today, Remedy, Same Damn Life, Beg. Beg, I think, is a new song, or somewhat new. Let You Down, and Bruised and Bloodied. I don't even remember what some of these songs are. But Careless Whisper is my favorite Seether song. Do you like Breaking Benjamin? I do like Breaking Benjamin. I have songs by them, too, if I can figure them out. Yeah, Breaking Benjamin is a great band. My favorite song by Breaking Benjamin is... oh, that's actually kind of hard now I think about it. Motherfucker. Really? You don't have my fucking songs? Why must you make this difficult for me? It's either Breath or Dance with the Devil. I really like both of those songs. I like So Cold a lot, too. The British version of Breaking Bad. Yeah, Breaking Benjamin is the British version of Breaking Bad. They break Big Ben. Breaking Ben. A totally different story entirely. Breakdown and Dangerous. I don't think I need either one of those songs. But yeah, Breaking Benjamin I really like. The first time I heard them was like on a NASCAR video game soundtrack. I think they had Diary of Jane on there. That was back when I wasn't allowed to listen to rock music or almost any music. So, yeah, Breaking Benjamin still has a soft spot in my heart. Big fan of them as a band. Well, it just goes to the hospital because they have free health care. Yeah. It's pretty wild to think that we don't have free health care, even though I totally know that. What's the most iconic or most memorable music video you saw back in the day? I barely ever saw music videos back in the day, so I wasn't really allowed to for the most part. So I'm trying to think what would have been an impactful music video to me. It would probably have been a hot music video. And I do remember coming across Slave for You by Britney Spears, and that got my I don't know how old I was at this time, but I'm like, damn, my God. I remember that. It's like, holy shit, that's hot. So I'm trying to think what would be a more iconic music video to me than that at that point in my life. Because the only music videos I would even remember, because I wouldn't get to watch music videos, would probably be if there was a hot chick in it. And Britney Spears and Slave for You was pretty fucking hot. They have boobs? I mean, it's not that far from the truth. I also did some music for Halo games. Wish I could play Halo. Yeah, the Halo games. Don't worry, almost nobody can play Halo at this point. Yeah, 12-year-old Cookie didn't get to see a whole lot of anything female. Or anything at all, to be honest. My altitude keeps dropping. I don't entirely know why I'm, like, getting lazier, I guess. Maybe it's because we're getting close to the coast, so apparently I suddenly don't know how to fly a plane. You see there's breakdown, Shakira, Hips Don't Lie. Hips Don't Lie is very iconic. It's iconic was Gorillaz' Clint Eastwood. I do remember the music video to Clint Eastwood. It's really fucking strange. It's a bizarre music video, but I do remember it quite well. I don't know why all of a sudden my plane is getting hard to fly, but it's getting hard to fly all of a sudden, and I'm getting concerned. I don't want this plane to suddenly just... Oh my God. It has suddenly just started to get really difficult to fly this plane, which would be a real bummer. Diary of Jane is a classic banger. It's really incredibly depressing to me that we can't play music. Like, I would play music for you guys every single night. I'd have a whole playlist set up for you guys every single night without fail. I really would. There's a part of me that wonders, actually, this might not be a bad idea. I could legitimately do a, like, Twitch stream with an amp stream going at the exact same time. The only problem is I can't play the amp music over Twitch. So I'd have to figure out a way to do that. But I could technically do both at the same time. Maybe I should look into that. That would actually be kind of fun. It'd be a very interesting stream. Do you like The Neighborhood? My favorite band. I have a couple songs by The Neighborhood. I have Void as my favorite Neighborhood band song. So I think that's not one of Waffle's favorite bands, too. That I came for. Alright, mofos. We're about to hit land. I think we're about to show up in Italy, although we're probably already technically in Italy, but whatever. We're almost to Italy. Italy! Get your pizzas ready. So racist. Let's all get fucking pizzas to go. Oi, 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 oi. Let's all talk in our worst Super Mario accents. Mamma mia, we're in Italy. Racist, racist, racist. Alright, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get yelled at for that. Sweater Weather is my favorite Neighborhood song. That's a really famous one. That's probably their most famous song. I adore that song. Void is really good. Sometimes that I thought you much. Only good for pizza and blowjobs. I don't remember when I said that, but you guys keep telling me I did, so I'm guessing I probably did say that. That's what I say every single time I see that comment. Doritos and Pedialyte, a great combo. Ew, Pedialyte? That's disgusting. What's wrong with you? When I was a kid, every time I tried to drink Pedialyte, I vomited. I hated Pedialyte. It was disgusting. Don't know if I have a fave band, but there are bands I always get excited for. Metallica, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Gorillaz, Deathclaw, Aquabats, and so many more. Bohan loves Red Hot Chili Peppers, so he'd agree with you on that. Bohan hates Metallica, and I also don't really like Metallica. I like Enter Sandman, and they've got some good songs and stuff, but they're so painfully overrated to me. I don't like Metallica. I do like Gorillaz, but only a few of their songs, if I'm being honest, but I really like a few of their songs. I really like Feel Good Inc., and I really like Clint Eastwood. Mamma mia, we are fucking going down. Or not. Racist Cookie. Cookie goes full-on Italian racist here. I'm going to be doing something very Italian. Actually, I don't even know if this really is that Italian. But this week, I'm going to be cooking pan pizza. Legit pan pizza. I'm kind of excited, and I'm kind of not. Oh, what do you mean Pedialyte is supposed to be great for vomit? Well, why are you drinking it with Doritos? What's wrong with you? Everything on I Love You is overshadowed by sweater weather, so they are all underrated. Don't burn it, Cookie. Yeah, I hope I don't. I'm starting to get kind of hungry, though. I may need the AI to take over, which is kind of a shame because this is actually the interesting part. But I am getting really hungry. So he vomits up the Doritos and doesn't get fat. Fair point. That's a terrible idea. Don't do that. It's like bulimia, except different. All right. Should I have the AI take over? I'm scared of what the AI is going to end up doing because I really am hungry. Hey, Angel of Rock, welcome in. This is a talking stream, so you should probably enjoy this. Might make some. Makes popcorn. Might make some popcorn. That wasn't that difficult to say. I don't know why I couldn't say it. I do love popcorn. It just gets stuck in my teeth all the time. Still never forget the IKEA employee who liked my neighborhood shirt. Should have made out with them. I don't know what gender they were, and it doesn't matter. It does matter. If they're a kid, don't do it. Anyone else? Hell yeah. Don't eat for 12 hours. Don't tell Bohan. Does Bohan hate popcorn? I don't remember. This is probably a running gag that I just forgot about. You know, I could just legit just pause the thing and go get something to eat, too. You'll never know. Yeah, I'm not going to tell him. Talking stream, my fave. Fave of Flav. Should have fucked him right there on the sales floor. Doing child slave trade. Gonna make me some burger and chips. All right. I am going to leave very temporarily. I'll be gone for about 3 or 4 minutes. So wait for me. I'm going to get something to eat. And I'll be right on back. Don't go anywhere. That's a command. Don't you fucking do it. Gentlemen, welcome in. I want to put a combination of buffalo sauce and mayonnaise in your sandwich, which you won't have, and then you're going to keep asking me. But that is the only thing you're allowed to put in your sandwich, so it's that or nothing. If you don't have buffalo sauce, just put mayo. If you don't have mayo, why are you asking to put sauce on a sandwich if you don't have mayo? Filmed that iconic explosion. They built a miniature New York, but it was sideways, so the flames went naturally. Therefore, it looked like it was going through the city. It was pretty badass. I really liked it. Okay, so Mask of Zorro, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective was another honorable mention. I love Jim Carrey. Pulp Fiction was an honorable mention, which could piss a lot of people off because it's usually considered by a lot of people like one of the greatest films ever and stuff. And I'm a big fan of Tarantino. But Pulp Fiction is just too odd in certain parts. Like, I love the dialogue of Pulp Fiction. I love Samuel L. Jackson's iconic scene in that movie. But it's just such a weird fucking movie. It's just too weird for me to put higher than that. It's just, there's just too many odd strange scenes in Pulp Fiction for me. That it's like it's just I can't put it that high. It's got like great scene, and then why is this a scene right next to it, back and forth? Yeah, I think Pulp Fiction I think is overrated. But I mean I like it. It's close enough to get an honorable mention. Captain Phillips got an honorable mention, which I would say that's a Tom Hanks movie from maybe 10 years ago that I've really enjoyed and really liked. It's also by a director named Paul Greengrass, who shows up a few times in this top 100, which apparently is a director I must really like. The Usual Suspects was an honorable mention. Enjoy it, really like it. Kevin Spacey's amazing in the movie, but overall, not quite good enough for my top 100, but very close. And then the three closest to getting in, Die Hard with a Vengeance, which was the third Die Hard, was my second favorite Die Hard. That was one where Samuel L. Jackson's actually involved. Good fucking film, but not quite good enough. Apparently, people said that the villain's plot in that movie and his plan was actually so legitimately good that they had to change. I think the New York, because he robs like the New York bank or something. I can't remember exactly what, the New York Federal Bank or whatever, in the movie, and it was so accurate that they actually had to change the security for the real New York Federal Bank because what the villain was trying to do in that movie actually would have worked in real life if he pulled it off, and it actually scared the real Federal Exchange, so they changed things about their security. I heard that somewhere. I hope I'm not wrong about that, because that's a great fucking story. Despicable Me 2. I'm not a big fan of the Despicable Me stuff. This is my favorite of the Despicable Me stuff, but I really enjoyed the second one, the love interest. The Minions were actually really funny instead of just being kind of annoying in this movie. So Despicable Me 2 I liked a lot, but not quite good enough to make top 100. And then the highest honorable mention was Deadpool. Deadpool just barely missed out. The original Deadpool, really, really loved Deadpool, but it just barely wasn't good enough to make top 100. It was right there, but not quite. This would be on to any kind of list. I really liked the second Despicable Me. I didn't like anything else in the Despicable Me universe, but it had some good gags to it, and was actually pretty funny, had some heart to it. It was a pretty good movie. Alright. Fucking weird for having Despicable Me 2 anywhere near it. Yeah, Despicable Me 2 is pretty good. I'm not good at. I totally like Despicable Me. I totally like the second Despicable Me 2. I didn't really like the first one. I didn't like the Minions movies. They had a couple gags that were pretty funny though. Like there's always like a few gags in those movies that hit, while a lot of other stuff just doesn't. So yeah, they had some gags that really hit. Alright, so this part I'm going to go through a lot slower. Let you guys digest what I say. And, go from there. So this number 100, this movie came out in 2007, I'm pretty sure. It was a movie directed by Paul Greengrass. Now, Paul Greengrass is the guy I just told you about that apparently I really like his films because he's in here a couple of times. He is the director. The main actors in this movie, I think David Strathairn is in this movie. Julia Stiles is in this movie, and the main actor is Matt Damon. The movie is called The Bourne Ultimatum. The Bourne Ultimatum was the third movie of the Bourne series. And apparently I think it was the best of the Bourne series. I enjoyed the Bourne movies. Some of them were a little boring and didn't have a lot going on. But the Bourne Ultimatum legitimately kind of changed that. And I thought it was just a really, really good film. A lot of fun to watch. Good action film. Really well directed. Really good dialogue in this movie. And had a pretty good end to the Bourne series. But they didn't end up sticking with that, I guess. Because I think they made more Bourne movies. But I really enjoyed the Bourne Ultimatum. Third one is okay at best. I say it's on par with the first, not great. Are we still talking about Bourne, or am I talking... There might be something else. Shit Disney remakes are on this list, swear to God. There are none of the shit Disney remakes are on this list. I can tell you that. I don't have a single one of them on this list. The Bourne series is pretty solid. Even the fourth one, Jeremy Renner, was pretty solid too. They had a fifth one though. I don't know what happened. Everybody seems to like have just forgotten about that. I'm gonna turn my fan on because it's getting stuffy in here. Sorry, I gotta send a text real quick while I'm flying this plane. This really is gonna take 5 hours, isn't it? That's pretty crazy. I don't know if I like that or think that's incredibly stupid. Okay. Sorry, I had to send a text out. I have returned. So, I have sandwiches here. These are interesting sandwiches. I don't know why I'm showing them to you guys. You don't care. So, I have these toasted buns. It actually looks like shit because I toasted the buns and then I smashed them. But they actually taste really, really good toasted. So one of these is a normal peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the other is peanut butter and chocolate because I have this, you know, like the chocolate people dip like strawberries and shit in. I have a shit ton of it, and I'm trying to get rid of it, so I have that to potentially try to eat. It's going to be kind of difficult. Also, I'm going to put on socks. Woo! Hell yeah. Sock time. Ugh. Damn it. Something fell down in the back, and I don't know what it was. Kind of sick fuck toast peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I don't know. Have you ever tried it, though? Like getting peanut butter a little bit more melted? It's actually really, really good. But the other thing is these buns don't taste very good if they're not toasted. Cookie feet. What's wrong with my feet? Bye-bye, all. Oh, is Waffle leaving? This stream is over. Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next stream. Why did everybody say everything's leaving? What the fuck is wrong with all of you? Who wouldn't toast and peanut butter on toast? It's great. All right, so this is peanut butter and chocolate on toast. This is not a taste test. I know this is good. And it is. But I need to keep... Damn it. I need to keep the mic away from me a bit here. You guys are not ready for this level of ASMR. You know what? I've decided I don't want to fly while I'm doing this. Tell us a secret cookie. I don't know what secrets you guys think I have. I have told you guys like everything about my life. This is weird. I regret getting food now. Tell us about the first time you slapped another man's ass. I actually did do this pretty recently. So I was at this guy's party, and this is my friend that you guys don't know. Oh, you're right. I could turn the autopilot on. Alright, AI, don't fuck this up. Alright, so I went to my friend's house. He was doing this party, and there was a bunch of people there. I didn't actually drink or anything, so I wasn't actually... There's no reason for me to do this so willingly, but it was free party, and we were all kind of... Everybody else was drunk, so I felt drunk, I guess. But somebody told me to slap this... slap my friend's ass, and I did. And I didn't hesitate, and they were concerned by how quickly I did it. And I was a little concerned by how quickly I did it. And everybody said I was gay. So, that's not going to help people think I'm not gay, but it is what it is anymore. Again, to my famous mantra of it is what it is. Look at you go, Cookie. Yeah. Alright. As you can see, we are now in Italy. Cookie slowly turning gay. I'm a little scared sometimes that I don't want that to happen. I really don't want to be gay. I'm just not. Although, I kind of do. I don't know. I'm not going to get into my sexual... What is it called? Sexual... What the fuck is it called? Why am I blanking on this word? I don't know the word now. Finally, my chances come. He grabbed his ass and grabbed his cock and started making out. Orientation, thank you. I kept thinking it started with an I. Waffle, you should probably eat more than that. Sexual identification might have been the word I was thinking, but orientation's the right word. Alright, AI. You're too high in the air. I want to see the scenery, AI. God. This chocolate peanut butter sandwich is fucking great. I imagine it's pretty close to a peanut butter Nutella sandwich, although I've never had one. So if you like peanut butter and Nutella, you'll probably like this too. Keep going a little deeper. I want to see Italy. Really see it. Valsini, Italy. Looks like there's much in Valsini. Cookie, if you had the chance to sleep with your dream girl, but you had to blow up a plane, would you do it? It's empty? What do I care? Is anybody going to die from this plane? Because if it's not empty, or if it's empty, then I don't care. Yeah, I'll blow up a plane. Easy. I mean, what are the ramifications to me blowing up this plane? Plane is this one that we are in? Well, no. So I would die, because I'm flying it. Yeah, property damage be damned. The debris crashes into an orphanage. You said that's not fair. Alright, guys. This is actually a cool looking bridge over here, but I am descending probably faster than I should be. Look at this bridge. I really want to see this bridge, but I might wreck. No one will miss them anyway. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, we stalled! We stalled! Okay, wait. We're okay. We're okay. Alright, I really wanted to see that bridge, but I guess this is as close as we're getting to that bridge. So, look at the bridge before I kill all of us again. Alright, there's the bridge. Oh, it's a dam. It's not even a bridge. Wow, this is a pretty area. I'm not sure exactly where we are in Italy. Motherfucking stupid piece of shit. Ah! Ah! We're gonna stall! We're gonna die! Oh, just because I wanted to do a little bit of sightseeing, we're doomed! No! Come on, engine! Come on, engine! You know, Sea of Thieves someday. Probably not. I don't play Sea of Thieves very much. Don't ask me. Just me, it won't work. They die happily knowing the cookie will fuck the shit out of Karen Gillan. Hell yeah. I get to kill children, destroy a plane that's probably owned by a rich dickhead, and get to bang my dream girl. There are literally no downsides. Wow. You want to kill people? Waffle. It's evil. And brilliant. Well, it's a little hard to see the stuff around this area, apparently. My plane does not like Italy. Oh boy, that was not a great idea. I mean, I don't particularly love children, but I don't want them dead. It's a different deal entirely. Alright, for fuck's sake. Go up in the air. I'm just trying to figure out where we are on this map. Wow. This is pretty. Castronova di Sant'Andrea. I don't know what that means. Not the Armas and Karen Gillan, but Waffle's house is blown up. I think Waffle might take that sacrifice. Is Waffle in the house? Go first person. Well, this is first person. Interesting view. Yes, she's in the house. I don't want to kill Waffle just so I can have sex. To be fair, I don't think I'd kill anybody. I'm definitely not going to kill Waffle so I have sex. Yeah, I don't really like first person. You can't really see anything. I mean, if you really like planes, I guess it's kind of cool, but otherwise it kind of sucks. Would I kill myself for sex? Probably not. At least not at this point in my life. Maybe in the future. Okay, now this isn't worth it. What's not worth it? Are you still talking about the scenario Angel of Rock put out there? Kill myself for sex? Yeah, that doesn't really sound like a great deal. But maybe, if I'm depressed enough, it is a great deal. There's a little reservoir over there. I'd probably have sex with Bohan transformed into a woman. I mean, like, really fully transformed, like, physically. Maybe. Actually, I don't know what Bohan would look like as a woman, so that's an important point, but maybe. I don't entirely know what transformed into a man or transformed into a woman means in this case. Forced to suffer, you're sounding like me. In a bad way. If I accomplish one thing with all of you people, is that you don't become like me. Hungry for the homies. I think it depends on the superpower, but I'd probably find a way to make money out of it. Money and fame. I'd probably, like, increase my Twitch career with whatever the superpower is that I could do. No, I don't think I'd want to be Spider-Man. I can shapeshift into a sloth. It's a little tough. I don't know if that would really be a very helpful ability to have. See, I don't think I would want to have the ability to fly. I think it would scare the shit out of me. But all the abilities would scare the shit out of me, if I'm being honest. My abilities I have now scare the shit out of me. I have the ability of endless anxiety. Ugh! What a superpower. So what is this area? This mostly looks like farmland. But this is a beautiful stretch of land. Like, this is really pretty. What is my kryptonite? Bitches. Bitches would totally be my kryptonite. They're my kryptonite now. Alright, mofos, we've almost arrived at our destination. I just had 2 delicious sandwiches. We're getting very close to the Amalfi Coast. Okay, you should play VR chat. What is VR chat? I should know what VR chat is, but I probably don't want to do it. Probably not. Literal cookies. So my superhero name is Cookie, and that's because I have problems with cookies. How interesting. Well, I think I nailed the sunset, though. We should be getting to Positano pretty much perfectly within sunset. Meet my followers in VR and mic. I don't know if I want to do something like that. So in VR and mic, like I see them in reality, but it's virtual reality. It's kind of creepy. Weird. I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't know if I'm ready for something like that right now. Yeah, viewers went out. Just imagine meeting us using stupid models. That doesn't sound that enjoyable. I mean, it could be, but I think it would overall be a little more unenjoyable than enjoyable. We've almost made it to Positano. Do you guys even know what Positano is? Or am I the only one that actually knows what Positano, Italy even looks like? You should have e-sex with your viewers. Oh, that's perfectly more normal. Sounds like a fictional rock. It's not a fictional rock. What the fuck? Like kryptonite. Are you talking about Positano? Or what? Hey, I'm trying to talk to you guys about Positano. Because that's where we've been flying to for the last 3 hours. No, the Leaning Towers in Pisa. We may go there too, but that's not what this is. Yeah, I definitely don't think Bohan and Swanee are going to do it. Oh, yeah. Cookie, fly to Wales. I will eventually go to Wales, but we got to do this slowly. Going to Positano today. Although this is assuming I keep doing these streams, which I honestly have no idea if I'm going to keep doing these streams or not. Oh, we're almost there. But does anybody know what the fuck Positano is? Apparently no one knows what it is. It's a beautiful vacation area on the Amalfi Coast. One that we are getting very close to. Castel San Lorenzo. Is that a castle? Oh god. If it is, I really want to see it. I love castles. I wonder if it's on the other side of this. Like, we may have to cross some water first. Because it's still 36 nautical miles away. I don't think it's going to be right there on that coast. Trentinara. No. I never watched the first 2 seasons of Witcher. I watched a little bit of the first season of The Witcher, and I just didn't like it. Although, I will tell you this. I've been watching Star Wars Rebels, watched 2 of my most hated episodes ever, and then watched 2 of my favorite episodes in Star Wars Rebels, too. The sunset does look really nice, but wait till we get to Positano. It should look even more nice. Oh, God, I'm going too fast. Cool it, cool it. Campo de Voto Oasi de Pepe? I have no idea what that is, but whatever it is, it's supposed to be interesting. So I'm going to drive a little closer to that. Hopefully without wrecking my plane. I just finished Season 3 of Rebels. Yeah, Rebels is pretty interesting. But I also don't really like it yet. Yeah, I think Positano's on the other side of this bay. But I want to see what this thing... I think those things usually mean it's an interesting landmark. So I'm going to try to get closer to it to see if I can even see it. Without fucking wrecking. If I don't wreck the plane, that would be ideal. don't see anything particularly interesting over here. It looks like it's just a simple... I don't know what that was supposed to be, but yeah, that's nothing interesting. False alarm. I thought that might be a little more interesting than normal. What is that over there? Is that just a parking lot, I think? God, man, to live here would be pretty wild. Alright, let's get this thing back in the air a little bit. Get some speed behind it. Alright, onward to Positano. I'm not reenacting 9/11. Believe it or not, the Twin Towers aren't there anymore, so I couldn't do that anyway. Oh boy, we're going to hit the sunset potentially right on. Coming in here soon. What have I missed? You're actually here just in time. We're about to get to Positano. My time to shine. I'm not e-sexing my viewers in VR chat. I don't know where this conversation is really coming from or going. The fuck is Cherry Garcia? I have already found where I lived, and I already tried to crash into it. It didn't really work, though. I'm legitimately kind of excited for this, though. Because I wonder how their Positano looks, if it looks just like the real Positano, or if it looks nothing like the real Positano. I get really disappointed if it doesn't at least look kind of like it. I mean, it should. It's just literally a town. And died, so I gave up. I mean, that is kind of accurate. Oh, we're almost there. This is a much more manageable trip, though. It's a little under 3 hours. Actually, our next trip shouldn't be that long at all, because we'll go from Positano. Mount Vesuvius is not that far from here. Naples is not that far from here either. Yeah, it's named after Jerry Garcia, I think. Although I don't remember who Jerry Garcia is. I just know he's somebody. All I want is to hug you in VR, Cookie. That's so sweet. And sus. Really hope the sun doesn't set right before we get there. That would make me very depressed. I want to take you out to a nice dinner and flirt with you, Cookie. What's so sus about that? I wasn't actually talking about you, but now, yes, sus. All right. The time has come, and so have I. So, moment of truth here, boys and girl. Is Positano going to look cool, or does it look like shit? So it looks like shit. I'm going to be really depressed. Of course, there is a possibility I got the, coordinates wrong, too. So it might not even be Positano. But this is where Positano should be. It's going to be a bunch of fucking grass. Well, the Amalfi Coast in general is pretty beautiful. So, like, the stuff that's coming up on our right should actually look really fucking cool, too. But Positano is the really popular one. I mean, I gotta say in general, though, this is pretty beautiful. Hopefully I don't wreck. This would be a really bad time to wreck. A very inopportune time to die. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to look amazing. Because I probably have to pay for it to look amazing. Okay, so I don't think any of these... I don't think there are towns over on this side, which actually kind of checks out. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, the Amalfi Coast is really something, though. Conca de Marini. Should be on the other side of this cliff. I'm getting nervous because I don't see anything yet. But that actually probably is accurate. Oh, there is buildings. Yeah, I think there is buildings along the side. From here, I can't tell whether those are buildings or just part of the rock, but I think those are buildings. But that's not Positano. At least I don't think it is. Could be. I believe Positano is right around this cliff. It's a relatively small area, I think. Praiano. Well, it might not be right around this cliff. This is pretty, but it's not exactly Positano. But we're not actually there yet, so... Let's get a little... Up, Positano. This is Positano. Alright, so I did get the place right. I think it's this... It's either this right here... Oh, no, it's not. Is this Positano? It's either this right here or it's around the next cliff face. That could be Positano. It looks kind of similar to it, but I'm not sure that it is. That might be Positano, it might not. If that's Positano, then it would be... or if that's not Positano, then it's right around this corner. But I don't think Positano's right here. It is... no. This is not Positano. Okay, so that other spot probably is Positano then. Alright, so let me turn around and try to get a slightly better view of it. Oh, God. Please. No. How am I stalling? No, this isn't the time to stall! No! Don't stall! Don't stall! Yeah, Positano is a town. It's a beautiful town in Italy. Alright, let me try to get a better look now I know exactly where it is, but I have to turn around without getting us all killed. Which could take a lot of time, to be honest. RIP. It's an honor flying with you all. Cookie, what is your current job? I like reset stock at a grocery store. It's not a glamorous job, but someone's got to do it. And someone has to be me. It's like my statistics. Okay, so yeah, that is Positano. Alright. So, let's see here. Whoa, wrong button. Whoa, wrong button. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Oh, boy. Ow. Go slower. For fuck's sake, go slower. Oh, not that slow. Oh, God. Oh, no. No, no. Oh, my God. Oh, we're gonna die. I can't stop this. Well, there's Positano. I hope you guys like it. This is the end. Ah! Oh! Well, we're gonna see Positano real close up now. Hell yeah. Oh, God. Well, here's a Positano. We found it. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, it's a little hard to see from this angle. It's not really the epic view of Positano I was looking for, but that is pretty much Positano. But look at that beautiful sunset. That was not the plan. Crashed into Lewis. All right. Well, I know there. What was the way to like get this off the ground? He told me what it was, but I really don't remember how to do it. Oh, I did it. We're back. All right, take a good look. Ah, shit. That's not good enough. No. I just realized it says 69 on the side of my plane. I'm so fucking mature. Oh, God. Alright, let's just do that again. I didn't learn anything from my first failure. Positano, Positano. I still am not entirely sure why we wrecked. But oh, we're stalling again. Maybe coasts are just really, really difficult to do. Alright, slow down, slow down. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, that does kind of look like Positano. It's not super detailed, but it is basically what Positano looks like. Oh my God. Hit the edges. Honestly, kind of impressed that I didn't die right there. Cookie killed himself. His 10 passengers. Small Italian family. Well, in all honesty, if they were at Positano, they're going to be an extremely rich Italian family, if that makes it any better. We killed a bunch of really rich people. Positano, yeah. Oh. Alright. Well, we made it to Positano, everybody. And you guys got to see it. I'm going to get one last view if I don't kill us. Which I might. I certainly have done it before. Wow, I'm actually pulling this little maneuver off this time. Hell yeah. That was impressive. Alright. Now we're trying to go down here. Let's get the engine down a bit. Let's see how epic I can make this look. See, Angel of Rock. You killed rich people. Cookie really is entering his anti-capitalist arc. Damn right. Eat the rich. That's what I say. Alright, one last look at Positano. Whee! From this angle. Whee! Yeah! Positano! It's a beautiful, like, cliffside village is basically what it is. It's very pretty. Oh, we're going down. Killed us again. Maybe not, maybe not. Alright, take a look at it. Goodbye, Positano. Not too bad. It's not exactly deep or anything, but it is essentially Positano. So you killed a family that clawed its way out of poverty and into success. That's one way to think of it, but I don't entirely know that that happened. Oh, shut up. Alright. Well, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this stream. At least this was better than the other one, because at least I found the place I was looking for. If you want to see what Positano looks like, just look it up online. But Positano is absolutely gorgeous place. And now I've flown there. I know what it's like. Alright, so if I do this again, which I probably will, I'm going to visit other places next time. You're telling me to shut up? What the hell? Wait, what? Did I tell you guys to shut up? I probably did. The next time that I stream this, I plan on going to Mount Vesuvius, Naples, Italy, probably Rome, and probably Florence. So we're going to go all over Italy next time. if I do this again, which I probably will. I still get sick enjoyment out of this, so. Wow, look at this. What a beautiful way to end the stream. Such a fucking weird outro. No, it's not. I've had much worse than this. All right. So until next time, mofos. Bye-bye.